Hey everyone, what's up? This is Shiny Record here. I'm going to go through my Junk Doppel Turbo deck. Now, what this does is a really fast version of Junk Doppel. Takes out all the cards that make it wait, and you just go right into it and make it Quasar real quick. Now, let me go right into it. First of all, you play 3 Junk Synchrons. Next, 2 Quick Draw Synchron, 2 Jet Synchron. What Jet Synchron does, if you're not familiar with it, it's a glow up bulb, but you have to discard from your hand. And speaking of the devil, glow up bulb itself. Now this is all the tuners you play. You don't really need more than this. If you want to play more quick draw, you can, but I don't recommend you play more Jet. You don't really need it that desperately. Next up, non-tuners, the best non-tuner for syncing with, Doppel Warrior. Next up, 2 Level Eater, 2 Spell Striker. The real reason why I'm playing 2 Spell Striker, well, you'll see it later on. And that's it for your non-tuner synchro material. Next up, you have the hand traps, 3 Maxi, 3 Effect Veiler, and last card for the monster section, Soldier Boy. Next up, we have spells, 3 tuning. Now, why we're only playing 2 Spell Striker now instead of 1? Because this card is at 1. Now, this to me is completely unfair and BS, because I'm not talking like Blackluster Soldier BS. I'm talking bullshit. Because not a single Satella card was hitting the list. And Construct got banned, Towers was banned, Shrit was banned, and all Satella cards are at 3, and they hit Rotor, an indirect hit. They're claiming that they hit it, slow down Satellas. But that's bullshit. They won World Championship with 1 reinforcement of the army. What are you trying to say to me, Konami? Konami, why? Oh god. Next up for the ones, we have Soul Charge, 1 for 1, Foolish Burial, and Raigeki. Self-explanatory for all of those. Now, why this deck is terrible, let me show you why. We just went through 30 cards. Now, let me show you the rest of the deck. Allure of Darkness, 3 Chicken Game, 3 Patrick Cowan, and 3 more Patrick Cowan. He's at 6. Next up, the extra deck. Quasar Turbo cannot be Quasar Turbo without Quasar. Next up, Shooting Star Dragon, because if Quasar leaves the field, it summons it. Majority of the time, you will need to summon it. Next up, Stardust Dragon as your level 8. I know a lot of people tell me to play Spark. Spark is not good as the original because you can synchro into this card with it. I'm not even sure if you can see what it is. Okay. And I'm not playing Stardust Warrior because the time it will take you to summon a Stardust Warrior, you can go into Quasar. So in other words, it's an ultimatum for you to choose, and it's not really a hard decision because Quasar is much better. Next up, Black Rose, Goyo, Hyper Librarian, and Armades. For your 4, playing Armor Arm. There's a lot of good level 4 synchros, but I'm playing Armor Arm because it and BLS is an OTK by themselves. So that's an actual thing. Next up, 2 Formula Synchron. I gave away my 3rd one because it was normal rare. So I'm playing this now. And what this does is that it makes my opponent monsters do 500 attack when I use it as synchro material. And it's good against others XYZ Rebellion Dragon, because my monsters can't really get over it that easy, so it just assists. Next up for the quick draw, Road Drill and Jet Warrior. Sorry for the close up. Jet is actually a very good card, a really good card. And that's it for the extra deck. Now it's time for side deck tokens. Then we have 2 Raikou, because Raikou is a really good card and it will mill for you. In other words, it speeds up what you can summon back with the Junk Synchron, and you can summon it back itself. Next up we have 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I didn't want to play the third one because you don't really need it, and I side cards just in case. Scrap Iron Statue. What it does is it destroys face up spell or trap your opponents activate that activate again. So in other words, like pendulum monsters in the pendulum zones. Example, Clifford Scout. When they activate it and pay 800 to activate it again to search, you can destroy it and set back the Scrap Iron Statue. And you don't really lose anything by doing this, because if it gets destroyed, you special summon back a Junk Synchron. Well, actually any junk monster. So it's just a really good card. Next up, 3 Imperial Iron Wall, because Infernoids are a bitch. Like seriously, they're a bitch. And it helps against a lot of things like Dark Law and any cards that you think will banish. Because Bottomless, this deck is really weak to Bottomless, because you stress the cards into Synchro Summoning, then all of it goes in one fell swoop. And last 3 is Royal Decree, because I'm only playing 3 traps, 3 Reckless Greed, so it's not really a big deal just to take them out and put in my decrees. And the last 3 slots I'm going to leave empty because it's a new format and a new set just released. We're not sure what's going to be meta yet. I'm going to say Psy-Frames, Magus Spectre, Infernoid still. Not that Infernoid is actually good against those decks, but you get the point, yeah. So I'm leaving the last 3 spot to see what is being played before I can change it up and counter it. Alright, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.